We should have practiced our story.
Yeah, but that would ruin it. From the top.
From the top. Dave and I met at Best Buy back in 2002.
Correct.
Before we started working together. I remember the first time I saw Dave. Okay. Before, we ended up working together later, but before that, he came in, and one of the guys I worked with, he was friends with, and I remember exactly what he was wearing. He was wearing a black hoodie, and he had a hat pulled way down low over his eyes, and he looked like a little gangster. But I was like, oh, he's cute. You were in the horror movie aisle. And I went up, I was like, do you need any help with anything? And he's like, oh, no, I'm good. I'm like, all right. And then that was it. That was the last, I didn't think anything of it. And then
a few months later, I went and applied there. Got
so
a
you could
job,
work with me.
So I could work with her.
Dave always had a girlfriend, right? But he would joke, like we would play around, and he would always say, oh, one day we'll have our day. And, whatever. So you left, right? He left, and I was still working there. It had probably been 2 years.
2 years since we saw each other.
Since we saw each other. And he came in, and
I begged one of my friends to go with me so we can go up and see if she still worked there. I got the power to go ask her out, and she said yes, and now we're engaged 3 years later.
But we went on our first date. You have to tell me about our first date.
No, you can tell.
Our first date was painfully awkward because we were friends and we didn't know, it was weird. Like, we never thought it would really happen, and we would always joke. Like, I'd say, oh, you divorced yet? And he'd always be like, oh, we're having our day, and we're finally on this date, and we just sat there like deer in headlights, staring at each other. I'm texting my girlfriend under the table, like, get me out of here.
It was bad.
It was really, really bad. There was just something about Dave, and normally if it was like another guy, I'd be like, oh, bye, I wouldn't go for it again, but there was something about you that I just like, oh, we'll give him another chance. Oh, we'll give him another shot. I don't know what it was. So I feel like you're really my soulmate. We're supposed to be together.
Well, I told her when we worked together, years before we actually went out, that I told her we're meant to be together. And granted, I was...
You said that to every girl.
Part of it might have been flirting, but part of it really was the way I felt. So, actually, a lot of our dates, because she worked a lot and so did I, a lot of our dates were, we used to just drive around together, or we'd hang out in my car in her parking lot and just sit and talk for hours.
Getting to know each
Exactly.
other.
Nobody, just her and I alone, and that was the best part because I never wanted to leave.
You didn't. We would be sitting in the car talking until like 4 a.m. in the morning.
I would literally drive to work after 10 hours of just sitting in a car just doing nothing and just talking. A good story for us is the first time that I got the nerve to tell her that I loved her. I wanted to tell her from like the first week, but then she would think I was a psycho, so I didn't go that avenue. But the first time I told her I loved her, I don't even know why I did it like this, but we went and saw Wedding Crashers movie. And I remember the part, it was a part, they were fighting on the soccer field or something, and Coldplay was on. And I don't know why, I just leaned over and I just said, I love you. And she said, I love you back. So I was like, oh, that wasn't so tough.
That was still sweet. It was a movie theater, but it was still sweet.
Bought the ring about a month before we went on vacation. We went to Ocean City, Maryland. And I didn't sleep the entire night. I stared at the ceiling all night. Literally, like people say, oh, I stared at the ceiling all night. Well, I really did. So woke up about 4 o'clock. So I told her, I said, we're gonna go to the beach, go watch the sunrise. And she's like, oh, that's awesome. Had about like 15 minutes before the sun was supposed to rise. It was 5:36 was when it was supposed to rise. So we're just sitting there talking, taking in it's breezy, the waves. There was nobody else out there. It was perfect. And like 25 minutes had passed, and
No
it was
sun.
starting to get light, but there was no sun rising.
sunrise.
So I realized that the sun rose, just clouds were blocking it. So I didn't actually get the sun to rise and do it. So I realized, okay, all right, this is where, oh my God, I got to get on my knee. So I asked her to stand up, and I'm holding her, and
we're staring into the ocean.
Yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So then I pulled the ring out of my pocket and got on my knee and told her I loved her, want to spend the rest of my life with her, and I told her I would be her Superman.
Aww.
And I said, will you marry me?
And then I tackled him.
And she didn't say anything. So I got tackled into the sand. And I'm like, okay, can I get an answer? And then she screamed yes and probably woke up the neighbors all around the beach. And
that was cool.
Took a couple camera phone pictures just for the moment. I am excited.
Are you? You are?
The beginning of the wedding plans, I was like, okay, it's just all technicalities. And now it's like really sunk in that it's close.
I'm ready just to enjoy the day and marry the love of my life.
What else?
Yeah, we're really excited. Love you.
Love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.